some shots going early on, utilize some different moves. Are a lot of those kind of pre-programmed for you, or is it just kind of read and react what happens? Because there was a lot of different sort of things Purdue was throwing at you.
Yeah, I think through film we kind of identify what we think they're gonna do, but obviously they did some different stuff. So, when you're out there, it's just kind of playing, and I just try to take what the game gives me. I don't try to force anything. I just try to take what the defense gives me and just play off of that.
Coleman, they held you guys to 31 points in the second half. What did they do defensively that made it tougher to score after halftime?
I think they just started to switch. They did a late switch with Zach Edey. Whenever that guard got clipped, and we were setting that high ball screen for me to pick and pop. Whenever he got clipped, he would just switch on to me in the pop. It was a lot of. I felt like we played a lot of one-on-one, and we didn't really touch the paint and spray out. I thought we did a good job in the first half of doing that, but I think we got a little, just moving the ball around the three-point line, not really touching the paint, not really spraying it. But I thought we still could have got whatever shot we wanted. We just didn't have some shots fall. So.
Coleman, I know yesterday you mentioned your knee, and I see you maybe messing with it now. Like, what's the status of that? Like, is it kind of coming back, some of that pain, or was that at?
Obviously playing basketball, I'm gonna run and I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna do the same movements every day. So it's kind of hard to get to where I want to be, but I've just been maintaining it and getting through it. Didn't really bother me today until late when I ran after the ball, and I ran after the ball and kind of tweaked it when I was ran after the ball, and Fletcher Lawyer got it. But no, I should be fine, and we got a day off tomorrow, so get some treatment and take care of it, and I'll be fine the rest of the way. So,
Marcus, what happened in the second half to kind of allow Lawyer and Smith to kind of get going, especially that 7-point run for Lawyer? Was there a switch defensively for you guys, or did he just find open spots?
Yeah, I think we had a couple of miscommunications on defense. We were using some different coverages, and we had a couple of miscommunications that allowed Lawyer to get open. But I think a lot of it came off of offensive rebounding. We got to do a better job of boxing out and rebounding, because once you get rebounds, you're not matched up, and that's kind of where teams get the most threes, and I think that's kind of what happened.
This is for both of you, if you could. You guys have played some of the toughest teams in the country: Marquette, Tennessee, now Purdue twice. What do you guys take away from those games? What do you guys learn from those games?
Marquette, we were a whole different team. If I'm healthy, I think we win that game by 10 or more. Tennessee, I think we still could have won that game. They're a really good team. I think Tennessee's one of the best teams we've played all year, and I still think we could have pulled away. I think it got a little bit slow in that game. A lot of fouls got called in that second half that just really slowed us, our momentum down. And then Purdue was just really good because they're unique. They got Zach Edey, they got a bunch of shooters surrounding him. But I think we're at the point where we're fully aware that we're capable of beating anybody. I think it's pulling through and really coming out with the win. So I think we're right there. I think it's literally 2 minutes of a game that just impact us, that it's not, we don't fall apart, but it's just the plays are just so impactful that it's hard to overcome. So I think we're right there, and I think come March, I think we'll be able to really focus on ourselves and man up and get stops down the line and grab loose balls and be on the other end of those impactful plays. So
Yeah.
I guess, Marcus, there was a couple maybe 50-50 balls on rebounds late that just went to Purdue. Maybe just bounced that way. Just how maybe crippling is that, where you feel like you get the stop, but then they've got that extra chance.
Yeah, it hurts when you guard well. You force them to a tough shot, and they get the rebound or get a loose ball that you deflect. I mean, those are plays that just really hurt. And, you know, especially when stuff like that happens, your defense isn't set up anymore. And then, you know, teams can capitalize off that. So that's something that we got to do a better job of. You know, they won the rebounding battle, and you know, for us, rebounding's got to be a staple of our program, and we can't let that slip.
Marcus, just to follow up on Coleman's answer, what do you think the key is for those 2 minutes, or just to kind of get over that hump in the big games? Any one or two things you're seeing that would help you guys do that?
I think, you know, I think sometimes we can get stagnant on offense for that time, but you know, for the most part, our offense is pretty solid. So, you know, I look at the defensive side of the floor, and you know, I think a lot of times those runs come on the offensive rebounds that we don't get, and just controllables like that. So, you know, we just got to be more physical on our blockouts, and you know, we just got to come up with loose balls, and I think the more 50-50 balls that we win, the better our team will be.
Coleman, yesterday you mentioned Becker. The emotions haven't sunk in yet with senior night. Now that you've kind of gone through it tonight, what are the emotions for you in just kind of leaving this Illinois community?
I still feel the same, really. Like, I was aware that, you know, things come to an end, and I feel like I put a lot of time and effort into here, and you know, I'm not saying I'm ready for it to be over, but I'm just kind of aware where I'm at, and you know, things got to come to an end, and that's what happened. So, but I wish we would have won tonight. Would have felt a lot better. But no, it hasn't really hit me. It's just, I just feel kind of the same. Kind of focused on the next game. You know, we still got Iowa, and we got some games left. So.
For either one of you guys, Painter talked a lot about not turning it over just so Terrence couldn't get out on the break. Is there a way to get him going if teams aren't allowing you guys to play a 94-feet game in a sense, and kind of give him a confidence boost in the half court?
Yeah, do a better job of, you know, hitting him when he's got the mismatch. You know, when teams are switching or just mismatched in transition, and then, you know, we're in our half court. You know, when he's got the mismatch, we got to do a better job of getting him the ball and giving him space to, you know, get downhill. That's where he's best. Other than that, you know, I think a lot of it can also come from guards rebounding. You know, if I get a rebound outlet to him quick, or he gets a rebound, he's gone. So, you know, I think a lot of it can come back to our rebounding and just getting it out from there.
Coleman, just to follow up on something you said earlier about like really locking down the guys on Purdue, how much like margin for error is there defensively when you know you have to really lock in on those four other guys?
I think if you're playing Purdue at home, you can't make a mistake. On the road, I think we got away with some mistakes. Here at home, we got away with some mistakes in the first half, but that second half kind of killed us because they eased into the game, and they got used to the atmosphere, and saw some shots go in. So you got to be dialed in for sure, because you know they got guys that can make you pay. You overhelp. They got 3-point shooters. You're not rebounding. They got guys that crash every time, and they're just really assignment sound, and they all know their role and they do what they do. So you can't really make mistakes with them. They all are pretty assignment sound.